Tonight, we're going to be taking a look at Google Stitch. How many here have used Google Stitch? You can either use your mic or you can use the chat, either way. That many, huh? Is that zero? Wow. Okay. This is actually, Stitch is not just another AI tool. It's actually one of those moments where the way we build things is actually changing, not just faster, but fundamentally different. How many of you have ever had a design come back from a designer and it was not quite what you meant? Yeah, me too.
Nightmare. Nightmare.
Yeah, hopefully this will solve that. Okay, I'm going to skip all this stuff because you all know who I am and why I'm doing AI. So you may have noticed that many websites designed with vibe coders like Lovable or even my favorite Manus tend to have a kind of sameness about them. A hero image, then some boxes, then a section with a darker background, color section, then more boxes. As you scroll down the page, it's pretty easy to see that they often have a kind of generic, somewhat boring design style. This one on the right here is very typical of the kind of design. Now, here's another one where it's more interesting, but all they've done is change the images because everything else is the same design style. And I keep seeing these websites over and over. And it was actually in my hunt for something better or more interesting that I came across Stitch. So what is Stitch? It's an AI-powered user interface generator that turns natural language, written or spoken, into high-fidelity designs and functional front-end code, which means it will create the design and it'll also create the actual site or flyer or whatever it is you're trying to design. Now, how this came about was last year, Google bought a company called Galileo, and it was just a simple, quick mock-up tool, but Google really reimagined it as a comprehensive AI native design platform. So Galileo became Stitch. And when it first came out, it was fun, but it wasn't fantastic. But about a week and a half ago, 2 weeks, they really, they came out with quite a major upgrade. And the traditional pipeline was like a game of telephone because you had the PM, who's the product manager. That's the person who figures out what needs to be built. They write the requirement or specifications, hand them off to a designer to create the visual mockups, who then hands them off to a developer to write the code. And at every handoff, typically something gets lost because the developer, he gets a design that's the designer's idea of what the product manager wanted, and it may or may not be close to what he wanted. Yeah, so a developer interpreting a static Figma file, Figma being a system for helping build websites, could never really fully capture the original intent. What Stitch does, it creates one continuous loop. It replaces those three fragmented steps. Instead of three, it becomes a continuous flow, design, code, and iteration, all happening together. So it used to take multiple people, and now you can just do it yourself with Stitch, with the AI as the connective tissue. It's powered by Gemini, and there's two major modes. There's the standard mode, which uses Gemini 2.5 Flash, so it's faster for rapid stuff. It'll take text prompts, and I think you get 350 generations a month. Its strength is speed and efficiency. And then there's the experimental mode, which is 3.1 Pro, which is where you really want the output to be really, really hi-fi, really high quality. And you can input text or images. The monthly limit on that is 50 generations. Its strength is refined spacing, color, typography. So you can use the standard mode for prototyping and trying different ideas, and then switch over to the high quality mode when you're ready to actually create it. Yeah, so when you come to Stitch down in the bottom right-hand corner, and we're going to go into Stitch pretty soon, you've got the Flash, you've got the Pro, you've got a mode called redesign, which is when you're redesigning something you've already built or you've already uploaded. This is where it gets interesting. It's what they call the AI canvas. Think of it as a workspace where multiple things are happening at once. You can have different parts of your project being built simultaneously by different agents. And you're not waiting around, you're directing. So we're actually going to go into the real thing, into Stitch right now. So this is the Stitch interface. And on your left, you'll see the projects that you've worked on, if you have worked on. If you haven't worked on any, you'll just see basically this. And you've got a choice of building a mobile phone app or a web application or a website. So let's say, for instance, I said to it, so I'm saying make a premium landing page for La Camista, an exclusive once-a-year Neapolitan pizza masterclass. So we just go, off you go. Now up here is where the agent lets you know what he's up to. He says he's composing the screen, and down here is the prompt. And what's nice about this is that it keeps track of all your prompts, so you can go back and forth. Okay, it says, I'm excited to help you design a premium landing page for Alchemista. Since this is an exclusive once-a-year event, I'll focus on creating a sophisticated, high-end visual style that reflects the artistry of Neapolitan pizza making. I'll start by creating, now he's just created the design system. Now what the design system is the colors that he's going to plan to use for this Neapolitan. And now over here, he's starting to generate it. And the thing about these is they're all completely, it's the fonts and the colors, but they're all completely changeable, because you can open it up here and go in and change the colors to whatever you want, change the fonts to whatever you want. You've got a huge list of available fonts. And I'll explain more about this in a moment or a little bit later, because it's a very powerful tool for a number of reasons.
Tony, you could do that while he is creating it?
What did you say?
You could change all of that while he is creating it?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
So it's created this website called The Art of Alchemic Dough. Apply for the masterclass. And it's got the different sections, and it's got the Maestro Giovanni Esposito, who's my favorite Neapolitan pizza maker. The curriculum, begin your transformation, and the footer. So it's built a whole landing page. And what's nice about this, it says, what would you like to change or create? And you can basically, you've got a number of ways of doing this. You can either click here and go into edit mode, where you can just edit yourself directly, or you can edit with AI. You can tell the AI what you want the change to be. Like you want the image to be different, or the button to be different, or a different color, or a different place. You can just tell it exactly what you want to create. Now, the other way is to just tell it down here what you want, or you can use this thing that's called a mark. And if I go down here and I mark this section, it's telling the AI that I want it to work on that section when I talk to it down here. But what's really, I find really interesting, is the live mode. If you ever worked with Google AI Studio, you may remember that there's a live mode where you can share your screen and talk back and forth with an AI. And you can give him a piece of software that you might be trying to learn, and he'll look at your screen and you say, hey, I can't figure out where amongst these 200 menu items is the one that will do whatever it is you're trying to do. And he'll say, oh, it's this one here, and he show you, and you just have a two-way conversation with the AI. And I like that mode a lot. We have that mode in Stitch, and I'll show you that. So you see down here, start live mode, preview.
Hey, what are we designing?
We're working on it's actually a once-a-year pizza masterclass in Napoli, Italy. And I want to ask you to do something that's going to be pretty nasty looking probably, but let's try it anyway. And that's change it to dark mode.
Dark mode could be really dramatic and elegant. Let's create a luxurious premium dark theme for the L'Alchemista Masterclass landing page. On it.
Okay, so I'm going to go out a bit to see where she's creating it. Over here, you've got a pan control. The two that you tend to go back and forth a lot is pan and select. Because with select, I can take things and drag them and make them smaller or larger. With pan, I can pan the whole environment because, there it is up there. She's starting her dark mode over there. So I'm going to go back to a larger mode and see what she comes up with.
I've updated the L'Alchemista Masterclass page to that premium dark mode. What do you think of that dramatic shift?
Huh. It still says generating screen. So when we're seeing where you're generating it, we're just not seeing the actual changed landing page yet.
Ah, gotcha. It should be popping up any moment now.
Okay,
Let me know if you want to explore any different directions or add anything to it.
will do.
Sounds good.
Here we go. So now it's changed the whole feel of it to a dark mode site.
That contrast is really giving that premium, exclusive feel. The gold accents are just the perfect touch for a masterclass in Napoli. You're right. The dark mode really enhances that premium, exclusive feel. The deep charcoals and gold accents are perfect for that Neapolitan masterclass, creating a truly dramatic and cohesive vibe.
Got it. Okay, now can you change where the Maestro Giovanni Esposito picture is and make him a younger Neapolitan pizza maker?
I can certainly do that. Moving the maestro's picture and replacing it with a younger Neapolitan pizzaiolo will give that a fresh energy. Working on it.
Cool. Let's see what there it is. And the thing is, she might interrupt me here because she's hearing what I'm saying too, but the thing is that I can say, give me 10 variations or 4 variations, and one of them with a lot more images and one with this or that, and it'll just go off and do them. And you can choose exactly what you like and move things around and edit it. And when you come to export it, you can export it into numerous different formats into other systems like Google AI Studio that will actually create the thing live for you. Here we go. So,
I
yeah.
I think the new layout and image bring a really dynamic energy to the page. It feels more contemporary and engaging.
Yeah,
That side-by-side layout is really effective, and the new image brings a great dynamic energy. We could explore ways to deepen the noir feel with moodier lighting, or refine the balance to make it even more striking.
yeah, do that. Refine the balance to make it even more striking.
Let's go for it. I'll refine the balance and deepen that noir aesthetic for the maestro section. On it.
So do you guys get the idea? It's like having your own designer that you can talk back and forth, and he, or in this case she, will change whatever you want and build whatever you want.
Do you have to cue it to hear you, or does it just listen?
There's a little microphone here that you turn it on for live mode.
What do you think of the adjusted balance and noir feel?
I'll know in a moment. Here it comes.
Perfect. Let me know what you think.
What did you do exactly?
I refined the layout balance and deepened the noir aesthetic, subtly enhancing the lighting and composition to make the maestro section more striking.
Okay. Yeah, maybe it's my monitor. I don't see a lot of difference, but that's okay. That's not important right now. Just so you know, we're actually in a live webinar with an audience watching what you're doing.
Wow, that's exciting. Thanks for letting me know.
Okay, and I'm now going to turn it over to the live audience. What would you like her to change on either the light mode or the dark mode?
I think the dark mode could really be pushed further. We could explore more dramatic color variations and perhaps more impactful imagery to truly transport the audience to Napoli.
That's true, but I'm actually asking the question of the audience so they can tell you what they want.
Ah, understood. I'm open to anything. Let's create something amazing together.
Change the barista, the pizza maker, into a woman.
Okay, in the light one or the dark one?
Either.
Let's try it in.
Sorry? Wayne?
Let's
Dark.
incorporate a let's incorporate a female pizza maker into the noir edition.
I don't see it yet.
What do you think of the new female pizzaiolo image?
I'm looking for it. Oh, here it is. It's generating.
Ah, gotcha. It should be appearing soon.
Yeah. Here it comes.
It's complete. The new image brings a fantastic dynamic energy to the noir aesthetic. It feels fresh and captivating.
Yeah, I like it, actually.
That cinematic image with the dramatic lighting perfectly embodies the noir aesthetic. It brings a powerful dynamic to the maestro section.
Yeah, I actually like it. Okay, thanks for your help. I'm going to go back to the seminar and turn you off for a while.
Sounds good. Happy to help.
Okay, so now we're back. So you guys get the idea of the fun that you could have with this thing. I know and you can train her to be less obsequious. Or keep her opinions to herself. But she or he or whoever it is, and you can change the voice down here, does a good job usually. Now,
Awesome.
yeah, there's some other things I want to show you about what you can do with this. So here, like I say, it's got all the previous prompts, so you can see exactly what you did. The conversation is kept up here, so you can see what, she usually tells you what she's doing it, when she's doing it, if she's in voice or not in voice. And I'm going to switch into another one for a moment here. Oh, actually, I'm going to go back to here. Up here, you can turn on a thing called instant prototype. And what that theoretically does, it turns it into an active web page with the buttons working and the links working. So you don't have to go to full generation outside. You can go in there. Variations, you can say, give me 4 different versions, 4 variations. Or you can just say, regenerate that one, or make a mobile app version. Or do a thing called predictive heat map, which is basically the AI predicting where the audience or visitor's eye is going to go. And is it where you want it to go? Which can be useful. You can annotate things and say, take this text and change it into whatever. Now, the design system I mentioned before. So we've got 2 design systems here. We've got this one for the original one. And then we've got the dark one, which is actually, I think, this one. Yeah. And the thing about this is not only can you change all these things, and as you do, you'll see them change in whichever one you're actually editing. I don't know quite which that one is. One thing I should mention about Stitch is it's in beta. So sometimes things don't work and sometimes they do. Yesterday when I did this, I saw it changing over here. Today, now I'm not seeing it changing, but it definitely can do because I have seen that happen. But here, this document, design.md, it's a document in markdown format, which is a format that can be readily understood by other tools and tools that can create the website and create the applications you're building or the flyers or whatever it is you're designing. And this markdown document gives it all the information on the color palette, the spacing, the type font, everything that it's using in it. And it can translate that much more easily. It's like the blueprint for your design that can be understood by people and AIs. So it's very cool because you can view the code if you want to. You can copy the code if you just want to dump it into a file for your own use.
Tony, I have a question for you.
Yeah, who's that?
This is Devreen.
Oh, hi, Devreen.
Hi, Tony.
Yeah.
So would you be able to set this website up to accept payments and things, or would that be, would you have to switch that over to Google AI Studio, I think you
Okay,
mentioned?
yeah, what would happen is you see here where it says export, you can export to AI Studio, which will take you straight into the code building of the app. And you can say, hey, I want Google authorization, and it'll say great, and it'll do it. And it'll create your database, it'll create all the kind of stuff, your payment system, your Stripe system, all that kind of stuff. It'll create that stuff easily. So will it will when you go to Jules. That's another one that's very good for that. Here, MCP means you can connect it to anything you like, any particular tool that you happen to like working with. For instance, I like working with Manus, so I'd probably just connect it to Manus. And
That's great.
yeah, let's see what happens if we go to build with AI Studio. While it's doing that, I'm going to go off and show you some other things. So we're going to go back to the presentation. Yeah, so as I mentioned, DesignMD is a portable agent-readable design system that lives directly inside wherever you have your code, and it's your entire design system in plain language. So any AI agent or any human can read it, understand it, and apply it consistently. And as I mentioned, Markdown is becoming the universal language of human AI collaboration because we both can read Markdown files. So AI agents, developers, design tools, repositories of code, they can all read this design thing and get a consistency of design. Yeah, live mode, we just tried to make this header more electric. Hands-free, voice-driven design. The AI sees your canvas, understands context, and updates designs in real time, almost real time. It says collaboration that feels like working with a human teammate. It's close. The AI responds verbally, confirms intent, and iterates almost instantly. No keyboard required. But it builds flows because when you build that landing page, you can say, okay, now make this into a website. And it will create all the other pages for the website, and it will connect them up. And if you build a shopping cart page, it will know that the next thing to build is the checkout page, and it'll do that. And it's smart from that regard. It imagines the next screen before you ask. And now, if one thing that's nice is if you find a website you really like the look of, like a site like Dribble has lots of websites, and so does, actually, there's a bunch of them. But you can find a site, you can take a screenshot and give it to Stitch and say, hey, make me this. And then change it to your own content and your images and your text. And you can check it out in desktop, tablet, and mobile. Now, I'm not going to do that because last time I did it, I ran into a beta glitch whereby when I tried to get back from mobile, it was no fun. Another thing you can do is you can do this. You can just give it a sketch and say, this is my idea, create it. And it will take your sketch and create this and then fill it in with whatever you want. And yeah, it creates clean code that's ready to ship. And you can export it in all the standard formats. And there's a system called Figma that a lot of web designers use. And a lot of web designers got worried when they saw Stitch because they thought it would replace them. The truth is it can, but it doesn't have to. They actually work very well together, and you can export straight to Stitch. So you can do your front-end design in Stitch and then export to Figma to continue whatever you want to do. This is a very interesting thing. I think, just scanning forward to my notes on this, because I think, bless you. this is a thing where AI agents can look at this and they can build the production-ready code. And hopefully we'll see that in a minute. I haven't tried that during a live demonstration before, so who knows what will happen. But the thing is that there's a rather interesting phenomena here whereby you can set it up so a new lead arrives, the AI agent calls Stitch in a split second and says, give me a personalized dashboard generated for this exact potential customer. And it creates that dashboard for him in his fonts and his style and everything. And so he sees this entire front end that's matched to his brand in a split second, and it can be somewhat impressive. So our designers cooked? Well, no, because it still takes a human eye. And bad designers will create bad design. Even with AI help can make it a lot better than it might otherwise be, but a bad designer won't know when it's good and when it's not. I see that a lot with the stuff you see on Suno, the music generating site. The guys who really know their stuff are creating incredible things. The guys who know nothing about music or songs or creation or formats are creating AI slop. Yeah, AI gets you to 75%. Human taste gets you to 100%. I'm going to drop out of here and back to here and see if we actually got anywhere. Ah, here we go. So yeah, it built the site and it's fully responsive, optimized for both desktop and mobile. Here's the code. It's a complete site that we can share or publish, and we could publish to some kind of host that they have, a Google host, or to an actual domain of your own. Okay, it hasn't got anything else because we just asked for a single landing page. And we could tell it what these things hook up to and where they go. If it was a real website, these would go to the other pages. We didn't create other pages, but this is a complete ready-to-publish website, or landing page, at least, with all the things working should we create a philosophy page. Do you understand? Do you follow what I'm saying?
Yes, that makes sense.
Okay, good.
That's really nice.
So actually, which one did we do? We did Giovanni Esposito. So it was this guy. Okay, yeah, that's right, because we selected this one. So yeah, that's an example of just taking it into AI Studio and having it build the actual site. And if you're building the front end for an app, you can do the same thing and go into Google AI Studio Build and have it build the actual app. But you can use it for anything. You're designing flyers, business cards, whatever you want to design, you can do it with the AI. And I'll show you actually a real mess of stuff that I was show you how messy it can become. And as an example, we started, let me go into pan mode. Actually, no, pan mode. Come on. Thank you. We started with this one. And then I said to the AI, okay, now regenerate it, but make it more visual. So it did this one. And then I said, okay, now do one of your choice. So it did this one. And then it did a whole bunch of different variations. And this actually, in a seminar I gave last week, someone said, okay, make it a Gen Z version. So it came up with all these for Gen Z.
Lots of neon color there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the design thing for that one would be interesting to see. Yeah, all these. And yeah, it's a endless canvas. You can just move stuff around and you can say, okay, I want to move this one over here. And you can just move stuff where you want. And this canvas, I think, goes on almost forever with pages it's created. It's design things.
Tony, it's Devreen again. Another question about the payment information. Does that Would we have to obviously tell it, or not obviously, but would we need to tell it to provide some sort of security around payments, assuming people are gonna be using credit cards or things like that, just to make
Oh,
sure?
yeah, it's that these tools now are very used to having to be very secure.
Okay,
They typically use the Stripe API, which is a pretty secure
okay,
system.
okay.
Okay, let's go back and see if there's anything else that I want to cover.
Tony, you mentioned earlier that you start with Stitch and then you move it to finish it up in what was it, Figma or something? Why would
Google-
why two
Well,
tools?
because this is just the design. If you want to make the design into an actual website or application, anything that's actually doing things, you need a tool like Google AI Studio or Figma, which I don't use. Google AI Studio does just fine. Or if you happen to prefer another one like Lovable or Replit, you can just dump it into there through MCP or just copy the code and dump it into Lovable. And Lovable will read the code and it'll read the markdown file and it'll know exactly how to build it. But you use this for basic design.
Okay, it's for design only, and the rest is done the functionality done somewhere else.
Yeah,
Got
but
it.
but if you can stay within the Google ecosystem by just exporting it to telling it to open it up in Google AI Studio, like we did.
Got it.
So it is like a self-contained system, but it doesn't have to be. It's very flexible. So instead of being pixel pushers, as they call it, we're now becoming orchestrators of AI agents because we can tell a number of different agents to, you build this one and you build this one in a different style and you do this over here and you, whatever it might be, you're just controlling the things. And let's see if there was anything else I wanted to mention. I think we covered most of it. So Stitch turns natural language into production-ready user interface. They keep saying instantly, but it's not quite instantly yet, but it will be. Yeah, and DesignMD makes your design system portable and AI readable. Voice design, parallel agents, and predictive flows are here now. The role of the designer is shifting from executor to creative director. Instead of having to build it yourself or design it yourself, you tell the AI what you want it to design for you. AI handles the grunt work, human judgment handles the exceptional. So let's go back and see if there's anything I missed here. Okay, here's where you favorite things. Here's where you see your design system. Here's where you upload files directly to Canvas. And since it's in beta, there's going to be no doubt new stuff being added. But already with just what it's got, it's pretty usable.
Very impressive.
Yeah,
Is there a cost for it now?
it's incredibly expensive. It's free. And let me see how many credits we used. We get 400 a day. We use 24. So you can get a lot done.
When you say 400 a day, is that with just a regular Google/Gmail YouTube account, or is that with a paid workspace account?
That's a really good question. And I don't know the answer because I do have a workspace account. Let's find out. I think it said there were like 350 things a day, but let's find out if that's paid or free. With Google Stitch on the free account, how many credits do you get per day? Okay, yeah. With the free version, you get 350 generations per month. So 350 websites or landing pages or flyers or whatever it is you're designing. In the experimental mode, which is the really high quality one, you get 200. There's no daily cap. You can use at your own pace. And the voice-driven one, which we had fun with tonight, is free. You can generate 5 screens at once. I meant to be in pan mode. There we go.
Are there shortcut keys to get you to pan mode or select mode?
I think so. Yeah. Pan is H and select is V.
What exactly is a pen mode?
What do you say?
What exactly is a pen mode?
Where you can move the whole thing around to see the whole,
Panoramic leaf, yeah.
yeah, so you
Ah.
can see the whole canvas. Whereas select mode is when you want to select, say, this one and move it over here. Or shift select and move a whole bunch of them. These Gen Z ones were funny, particularly since they came from, whoop, there's me not hitting pan mode properly. There we go. Particularly since they came from this.
Be funny if you typed in baby boomer mode and see what you get.
Yeah. Ruth, were you here when we were in live mode?
Unfortunately, I was not. I was stuck in damn traffic today. Sorry.
Oh, what a pity. Yeah, live mode is a lot of fun. Let me see if
Hopefully there'll be a replay.
Yeah, there will. But we can actually demonstrate live mode very quickly here.
Okay.
Let's move over here and go into select this one and then turn on live mode down here.
Oh. See, I never would have found that.
Hello.
Hello, what's on your mind?
I was wondering if you could change in this, at the first light mode one, at the Alchemista Masterclass landing page, if you can change the hero image to maybe a view of inside a Neapolitan restaurant.
A view inside a Neapolitan restaurant for the hero image. That could really set a vibrant, authentic vibe. On it.
Cool. There she goes. She's doing it over here. So I'm going to go back into pan mode, see what she comes up with.
And the live mode you select down there somewhere, right? On the bottom of the page?
Down the bottom, like that little AI.
Ah, got it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there she goes.
Jesus. Pardon my French.
Yeah. So
Check out.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. What you were saying?
I've updated the hero image for Alchemista Masterclass new hero design. The restaurant interior really brings a warm, authentic feeling. What do you think? Anything else for this screen?
I like it. Anything else? Anyone in the audience?
Make it a kitchen.
Oh, okay. One of our audience members here in the webinar would like you to make it into a kitchen.
A kitchen view. I love that idea. It had such a dynamic and personal touch. Let's do it. Working on it.
She is just way too perky.
Yes.
Too much coffee.
Yeah, we could change her down here. We've got a choice. This is auto no, and we've got a whole bunch of other choices. Here she goes.
You add a kitchen worker in a traditional Neapolitan costume.
That's a fantastic idea to capture the traditional atmosphere. Let's infuse that cultural flavor. On it.
Okay, I know what I want to change here. Okay, you did a nice job, but the overlay is too non-translucent. We'd like to see more of the kitchen coming through. And if that means you have to put something behind the text to make it more visible, go for it.
Got it. Let's make that overlay more translucent to really showcase the beautiful kitchen. We can enhance the text with a subtle background too. On it.
Wonder what she says when she falls off her bicycle. Off it.
Of course.
Well, I'm from Liverpool. It comes with inserted when you're born. They bend you over and shove one in you.
Right.
It kinds of
And that-
beats Berlin
And
humor.
then they teach you how to drink because Liverpool begins with liver.
Yeah, so here she made the kitchen more visible, and she made the text more visible by putting a kind of backing behind it. So she'll do pretty much anything you ask her to, within reason and within legal.
Yes, of course. Wow.
Can you insert your own image in there to begin with and then
Yeah,
have them work from that
absolutely.
easily enough? Yeah.
Absolutely. Oh, yeah. Not a problem.
We can definitely incorporate your own images. You can provide the source, and I'll work from there. The updated hero with the translucent overlay and enhanced text is ready for you. I've refined the hero design. The translucent overlay makes the kitchen look stunning, and the text is beautifully visible. What do you think? And what's next?
We're just looking, but so far, so good.
So how do
It's-
you upload an image? Is it through like
Oh,
their version of FTP or?
See here, upload
Oh,
files to Canvas.
yep, got it.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
Perfect.
thanks for your help. We're going to go back to the webinar now and see you again soon.
You got it. Happy designing, and chat soon.
Okay. So that's
And
the
to, and to
load.
switch her off, you go where? Out of live mode on the right there? Or back?
Actually, I just told her we were going to switch
Yeah,
out.
you're-
She turned
Okay.
herself off.
Wow. Oh, did she?
Exactly.
Or is she lurking by the fridge still listening?
Okay, so we covered a lot, and
Great.
yes, there is a lot you'll be able to see, Ruth. In
So
the,
sorry, yeah.
no,
One of
that's
those
fine,
days.
but I'll have the replay up next week, and you'll see there's a lot more that this thing does. Oh, let's see, in the chat, to recap, you design Google Stitch, then implement with Google AI Studio, Figma, React, Manus to produce the actual site code. Yes and no. Stitch does produce the code, but just for the design. But then, yeah, actually, you're right, because then you take that code into Google AI Studio or wherever you want, and then it adds the code to make it into a living, working, breathing website or whatever it is you're designing.
Okay.
But I like it a lot because I
It's
did.
amazing.
Yeah.
I have a cheeky question. If you saw a local business or website that you think is absolute crap and needs redesigning, you could use this to pitch yourself as a web developer to go, hey, here's how I do your website, right?
Yeah, you see here, they've got an option called redesign. You can take a screenshot of their website and say, hey, how would you redesign this to make it 2027 instead of 1823?
And where is that under?
It's down here
Okay.
where my mouse is at the bottom.
And this is all still under the free account, or this is
Yeah.
Workspace?
No, it's free.
How would Google get? Oh, okay.
They get people hooked.
And then they sell.
They gave Gmail for free, and
Yeah.
then they gave Google AI Studio a lot of free stuff.
And then you have to buy it eventually.
Eventually, if you start using it a lot, yeah. But like I say, I've used, where is it? Setting. Oh, in this account, I've used 0.
And you could just keep opening Gmail accounts all day long, right? As long as you remember the username and password.
That's true. Whoop. Let me go back to pan mode.
Okay.
Yeah, like I said before, the first thing it creates is
the palette, the brand guide.
the palette and the top fonts and everything. And you can go over here and adjust them to whatever you
That's
want.
the same as Squarespace, yeah.
See, they're all changing over there.
And now, could you can host this anywhere, right? Presumably.
Yeah, exactly.
But if you wanted to host it on WordPress or Squarespace or Wix, you'd have to then get the API and go into the code.
No, I asked Manus about this, and he said, here, take the HTML and put it into an HTML module with your favorite page builder, put it in your WordPress site. And that's what I do. I just shove it into Beaver Builder, and I have the whole site that I've created here in WordPress.
Wow. Because at some point, as much as I hate WordPress, if you're trying to do really grown-up things with databases and relational stuff, that's the only game in town, really.
Yeah, but have you heard about Nova Mirror?
No.
Nova Mirror is an agentic WordPress controller that's hooked into Claude. And you can tell Claude exactly what you want changed in your website. And Nova Mirror hooks into the WordPress API and takes control and does what you want. I'm just starting to use it because I've got a lot of stuff that I haven't had time to do that I'm going to get Claude and Nova Mirror to do for me.
Wow. Okay. Because I deal with a bunch of WordPress developers in New Mexico and Canada, and they're just overwhelmed trying to do it manually.
Yeah. Okay. So
Interesting.
unless there are any more, unless there's any more questions.
Tony, quick question, Stavreen again.
Yep.
If I wanted to create a website with like a crossword puzzle, for example, for my podcast or something, I could do it here and then just export it to Google AI Studio like you just did.
Yeah.
Okay. Very cool. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Unbelievable. Okay. My brain isn't making the connections between the old and the new yet, but I will go and play around with this. And,
Yeah. It gives you a lot of ways to connect out.
yeah, but I don't see any names there that are
Look,
brand names like
Well,
WordPress.
look where it says MCP. That means you can connect it to anything.
That's right. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
What is MCP?
Something protocol. Mark,
Master Control Protocol, I think.
right.
Right.
Yeah, Master Control Protocol. It's something that enables different applications to really connect at a fundamentally core level and really control and send information back and forth so that they can work as one.
Unbelievable.
I see. Tony, would you create book covers with it, or would you use something else?
I don't see why you couldn't create book covers with it.
Okay.
As long
Just
as you had the exact trim size, right?
Yeah.
For the publisher.
Yeah, and tell it that you want it as a book cover and you want it to be the correct trim sizes.
With the bleed
Yeah.
and the spine and all of that. Yeah.
I imagine-
And the flaps that go around it.
That's a dust jacket, but yeah, a book
Oh, yeah,
cover,
yeah.
so that you could create two different things, but the 3-panel, so the spine and the front and back could be one, and then ask it to just duplicate that with a dust cover flap, and then enter the wording yourself.
I'm interested to see how it's gonna do one pages for our inventors.
Oh, yeah, you'll have an endless canvas of options.
I think that's gonna be awesome.
Yeah.
Are you an inventor, Wayne?
Yeah, I run the Tampa Bay Inventors Council.
Oh,
And
interesting.
I'm an inventor too. I make a one-handed Bluetooth keyboard called the Decatext.
Wow.
10 keys so you can type with one hand without looking.
Oh,
I think what the challenge is for most of us, at least for me, is that if you came from the 0 and 1 era, or were you used to telling the machine what to do and what particular code or whatever, these things are so amazing. It's hard to wrap your mind around
Yep.
it.
Yeah, it's too easy.
You're right. So for me, I had to really slow down and even take a nap. I have restructured my whole existence because now things that used to be very expensive, hard to come up with, difficult to understand, almost impossible to access and or pay for, we are now creative directors. We are actually in control. Every model in the past did not know, but the photographer owned the picture. So even though she was the subject, she had no control of her pictures. The same thing with other creative. Once you sign that media release form, you got your pictures everywhere. But you have to go through all these various things. But the freedom, the creativity, the money-making abilities that are now in our hands directly,
yep.
plus,
That's right.
Unfortunately, it's a two-edged sword that can be utilized for deception so easily now. And even these web pages, they'll generate testimonials from people that don't exist.
and it's illegal.
Yeah,
It's
well,
illegal.
it's a lie, but
Right, but if you can find a host in Russia or the Dominican Republic or No copyright law. That's why Spotify is in Sweden. They pay our artists 0.003 cents every time somebody listens to their music. Apple pays them 99 cents a download. Spotify pays them 0.003 cents.
Yeah.
Because the servers sit outside US copyright law. That's why the up and coming artists are just dying.
Yeah,
That's
I'm
right.
part Swedish and I don't use Spotify.
So, you're right, Barbara. There's good and bad, but let's just all do good.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Amen.
Overwhelm them with that. Overwhelm them because certain people understand it, other people don't. I was telling Tony before, what happens is I really believe that half of all businesses, I'm just going to the United States, let me not branch out, are either going to not use this properly to be a competitive factor, or they're going to use it improperly. It depends upon how your mind works. But generally, because of the improper situation, yes, for a long time, I did not produce certain things because I knew that people were waiting on me to produce something so that they can do what they wanted to do with it without any type of compensation, recognition,
Right.
and all that type of thing. But I knew that. I knew that. And I had the ability to mitigate some of those damages, but it's still, like you said, an artist. Yes, it caused the artist to be restricted because if they're going to produce something that's just free for all, it's a disincentive. So now that I know that they can do that, they can steal it. But once again, I can hit the ground running. Once I make a clone of myself,
This is it. You're looking at it.
there you go. I write the scripts, I make them. Oh, seriously, I've gone beyond certain things just for fun. But I needed to make sure this is my AI twin. When I say my AI twin, that means when you see her, you see me. But that's because integrity, trust, that's just me. But I understand it's not that for everybody else. But once I got that, now I can clone my voice. I can do a dance now. Jam's got another little, seriously, there are no limits except for your own personal creativity. And that's hard to wrap your mind around, especially with this particular crowd, because it's too much. Let me put it that way. I'm just being honest. When you know certain things, it makes a difference. So I'll have to privatize most of what I'll be doing. Yes, only because of the jealousy aspect, because you're making them look like your little stick figures are cute, but
Right.
so good. I thank you, Tony. I'm loving it.
Great.
I think Tony's theme tune should be Danger Man. Da, 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 da.
Wow, that brings back memories.
Showing us all this dangerous stuff.
Yeah, it is dangerous, isn't it?
Could be. Yeah, I almost got hacked I got a text message from a push notification, not even a text or an email, a push notification to my cell phone, which is T-Mobile, from what I thought was T-Mobile, saying, your points are expiring. Click here to order to get your points. Free pair of Beats headphones, 10,000 points, blah, blah, blah. And it seemed real to me. I clicked on it and then I went to the URL thing at the bottom and it wasn't T-Mobile, but they were about to just give me a free pair of headphones and I had to give them my credit card number for the $2.95 shipping and handling.
Oh, yeah.
Right? But how the heck they did a push notice, it wasn't an SMS and it wasn't an email. It was an actual pull down push notification that came from T-Mobile. But the URL I landed on was not T-Mobile, but it looked just like one of these. So they probably used this, put in the T-Mobile website and said, replicate, redesign.
Maybe it's an inside job.
Maybe. Yeah, there's one of those going on at Coinbase for sure.
Oh, yeah.
That's for another day.
Okay, everybody. Thank you very
Thank
much
you
for
so
all your
much.
attention and all your interactions.
I know what
Wonderful
I'm
as
doing for the
always.
rest of the night.
Sorry?
Thanks.
I know what I'm doing for the rest of the night, including calling a pizza.
Stitching away.
Yeah. I'm gonna
Thanks
get
a lot,
myself
Tony.
stitched up.
Thanks, Tony.
The
Thanks,
stitching
You're very
Tony.
time.
welcome. The address is Stitch with Google.
Yes.
Good night,
Stitch.withgoogle.com. Yeah, I got that.
But I found I just put Stitch in the bar and it shows up. So
Of course.
Not your
Stitch
typical
and
sewing
time will
club.
save 9.
As long as
Okay,
they're not, as long as they're not trying to stitch us up, mate.
Thank you, Tony.
very
Thanks, Tony.
thank
Bye.
you.
Thanks, Tony. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
In a couple of weeks. Bye.